Another day, another Resell Radio episode here for you. My name is Nick. I am a co-founder of Hustle. Ethan and I have set this up to help out resellers like yourself get the information they need and get whatever help it is to better their store. Today on the podcast, I am speaking to Jamie's Junkyard. Okay, this guy has a proper entrepreneurial mind, let me tell you that. This guy started off selling sweets at school when he was 14 and even had someone working for him back then, just carrying around his sweets because he had too many to carry around himself. From there, it went into trainers and then into clothing. And now he's set up his own brand, he's reselling on Depop, and his journey has already taken him all the way across to Germany. Great sit down with this guy, great lad. Really hope you guys enjoyed the episode. Let's get into it.
There's a community on Facebook called The Basement, and it's all about streetwear, sneakers, culture, music. It's a great community. If anyone is in it and is watching it, shout out to you, shout out to The Basement. But I've got a friend on there who's quite a big reseller and does a lot of stuff like within Europe. And he phoned me up one day and was like, Jamie, do you know anyone who can get to Germany for me? I was like, I can do it. I'll try and do it. So then we got on a call. He gave me the details. I spoke to my best friend, Cal, and we planned it all out. We did it all on Google Maps. We ended up, this was back in 2019. I think it was August or July. We drove from Birmingham. We went down to Dovegate. We got the Eurostar over to France. Mm-hmm. And then from France, we went to Belgium. Then we literally drove between like 3 or 4 different countries to get to Germany in the end. And then we met this guy in Germany, and I think we picked up about 40 pairs of Yeezys. And then there was the Off-White collabs, there was Jordans. It was a crazy amount of stock. And the big problem I had was that about a month beforehand, I'd actually lost my passport. So I'd filed my passport as been lost. So when I got to the border at Dovegate, they said, because I found my passport again. And then I got to the border and I had the passport, and they were like, it's showing that your passport is lost. And I was like, oh my God, I don't have a valid passport, and I'm trying to travel to within another country. And they were like, oh, okay. We'll let you in as long as you're in just for like the weekend or whatever. We'll let it pass. So we got there. We got to Germany, met the guy. Everything was cool. And then on the way back, we were thinking, what happens if they don't let me back into the UK because I don't have a valid passport? And like we've got all this stuff in the back of the car. We've got like 50 pairs of like hype sneakers. Like what's going to happen to us? We would have to travel to the French embassy when we were back in France, in Paris, to go and get an emergency visa document to allow myself to get back into the UK. It was crazy, man. But yeah, ever since that, I've always like been able to like middleman and verify things for people. So say someone was doing a deal on Instagram or Facebook, and they weren't sure about like the authenticity, or they just wanted to make sure the deal runs smoothly. Both parties can send me the item, or I can pick it up for them. I can check it over, make sure it's legit, and then once I'm happy with it, I can send it out to the customer.
So how did that opportunity come about then? How did you start to become a middleman? Is that from the basement and just gaining a reputation?
I've been in the basement for about 4 years, and as I said, man, it's a crazy community. And like you start talking to people, getting to know people, helping each other out. And I made friends with this lad called Brad, and we got chatting. I helped him out with some stuff. He helped me out with some stuff. And then we were chatting one night, and he said, oh, do you know anyone who can who can pick something up from Germany? And I was like, yeah, go on then, I can do it. So I kind of put myself in the position. I was like, it's an opportunity of a lifetime to drive to Germany with one of my best friends to go pick up 50 pairs of hype sneakers. It's an experience, it's a journey, and I'm getting paid for it as well, so I can't complain about that.
Yeah, that whole Germany trip sounds sick. Being able to explore, see these new trainers, even though you had like the craziness with the passport, looking back, that probably makes it better. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. So with your Seventh Sin, is that, have you been selling that on Depop?
So I started Seventh Sin back in 2016, I believe. And from the period of 2016 to about 2019, I was very busy with work. Like I had a new job and I was working 11 hours a day. My days were like 13 hours, including travel. I was also doing an MMA charity event. So I was training for an event to fight in the octagon to raise money for cancer research. So I was doing that 3 times a week. I ended up piling a ton of stuff onto like my weekly routine. So I kind of had to put Seventh Sin on pause because I just didn't have time for it. And I'm never the person to rush something. If I want to do it, I want to do it properly. So I thought it's better to just put it on hold for the moment. And then in 2018, I came out with another capsule of just like it was just like an embroidery with the logo on the front and the sins on the back. And then ever since 2018, for the past 2 years, I've been building my portfolio on my in my book. I've got like a little drawing book. Every time that I think of an idea, I write it down in the notes. And I've literally got like this whole pad of like designs, which now that I've got the time and I'm now getting money in, I'm going to start investing that in myself and in Seventh Sin again. So the end goal is for me to be running Jamie's Junkyard and Seventh Sin together. And that would be that will be me. That will be my income. That will be who I'm known for.
Yeah, so I'm guessing is to have that brick and mortar store with the website, which is reselling all these vintage clothes and Seventh Sin as well.
So the area that I'm in, Sutton Coldfield in Birmingham, it doesn't have somewhere where like the youth can go and buy clothes or something. You'd have to go into Birmingham. So I'm thinking like I could be the person in Sutton where people would come to come and buy like your designer wear, maybe like your Stussy, your Nike, higher end pieces, vintage pieces, one-off pieces, accessories. Like I've got all these ideas and it's finally like it is slowly being put into motion and I'm being able to do it, and I'm really excited for 2021, man.
Yeah, what's the end goal for 2021 then?
2021. I've got a list of things on my Mac of things that I want to do. Originally, in November, I was supposed to be doing a pop-up store, but due to COVID and stuff, that all got stopped. So I wasn't able to do that. I was supposed to be doing the pop-up store for 3 weeks. I had all these ideas. I had all the people coming in to do it. I was going to have a DJ at the event. It was going to be awesome, man. But then like COVID happened, lockdown happened, bang, and I couldn't do it. So I had to pivot with what I was doing. So next year, I want to have a pop-up store. That is a goal. And I want to host an event as well. So like a music event. So like a Jamie's Junkyard collab with I know a few DJs and artists. So I want to kind of put something together where we can collab, we can have an event, make a night of it, and get the vibes going, man.
Yeah, I like that because I think not enough people, I'm speaking to a few people that do, but not enough people realise that you can do this Depop or the reselling and some sort of clothes thing and like benefit your lifestyle as well. So
Yeah.
like what you're doing, like you're going out there, you're meeting people, you're setting up this event, you're just creating this whole thing around it, which is just things that you love. Like I can tell just from saying that you're in the basement and saying you know all these DJs, I can tell you like your music.
I'm
So now
all
you're
about,
joining your clothes and the music together.
yeah, I'm all about like meeting new people, finding new people. Like I don't believe in like there's doing things for yourself, that's great, but like if you can do things with people and like help grow each other, like that's got to be the best thing ever, because like you can grow for yourself, but like if you can bring your friends up, if you can come up with other people as well, um that's probably the greatest. Sorry, just getting a call, Matt.
No worries.
Call you back. Can I call you back, Harry? Saf? Sorry, Matt.
No worries.
Yeah, so I've always been the person to like to know people. Like I've been the person that you would come to if you needed this or that, or like if I can't get it for you, I know someone who can get it for you. So like it's all about creating the connections. Like I know so many people from around the globe just from like Facebook groups, like Canada, America. I know people in Korea, Germany, like all across the globe. It's crazy, and just having that connection with people to like help each other out and stuff like that, man.
Yeah, that's crazy how it's all just stemmed from your love of clothes.
Yeah, as I say, man, the community, like it's great. Before this, I was always into clothing, but I never had people to talk about it with. And then the basement came about, and the basement was like, it just blew up my world. When people see, a lot of people like frown upon Facebook because they think, oh, it's for old people and that. But once you're in a community of people who share the same interest of you, it is another world. Like honestly, there's group chats, there's events, you everything just explodes. You can have discussions, you can meet people. Like instead of just having people from your hometown, which many people just know people from their school, like I know people from all across the country just because of basement. And like honestly, it's one of the best things to happen to me in my life because of the amount of opportunities that I've had just from being in it.
Yeah. Sounds good. So when was it? The start of this year, you was hoping to get some pop-up shops done, and
Yeah.
then COVID comes along. And how did you deal with that? How did you deal with the lockdown and everything?
So that's when I pivoted to a website. So I already had a Depop store, and then I planned to do the pop-up store in Tamworth, which is a local area to me. That didn't happen, so I thought I'd pivot onto a website. But then I found out that the website wasn't generating as much sales as I thought it would. So I've kind of stopped with the website for now, and just focused primarily on selling on Depop, just because I've got a wider audience on Depop than on my website.
Yeah, I think there's two things there. There's a lot of people like to get a bit annoyed about the 10% fee, and it can be a bit chunky, but like I say, you get your exposure, you get the audience already there, you get your marketing done for you, which are all big things that you'd have to deal with on your website. And you've experienced that firsthand. And I think you've done a pretty brave thing as well in actually saying no and stopping. I think a lot of people struggle to quit something, especially when it's something that they want to do in the long run. So like you want to go back to doing the website, but you just know it's not for you right now. So I can really feel this sense of community coming from you. Is this going to build a community with the Jamie's Junkyard? Is that going to have one itself?
Yeah, the whole idea is to have like eventually I want like Jamie's Junkyard. I'm going to have a page when I've got my website back up and running. I want a page of all like affiliated people who are like artists and creatives who all can like sell their products through Jamie's Junkyard to hopefully like expose them a bit more. So like a friend who did my logo, Reese Ellis, amazing lad. He's put in so much work for my my logo for Jamie's Junkyard, and he does like photos of he does outfit pics, but he sketches them like hand details. So I want to help him reach a bigger audience as well. So I'm going to be selling his prints on Jamie's Junkyard as well, just so like I can help him out as well, because he's helped me out so much.
Yeah. I think actually you've sent me what he drew for you with the Jamie's Junkyard with all the boxes behind in the little junkyard place. Like
one little idea in my head, and then we got a doodle made. Then we got like a basic sketch of it made, and then the final print came, and it was absolutely stunning. Like I couldn't be more pleased with how it has worked out.
Yeah, no, that was a really, really good piece. Yeah. So getting down into the Depop side of things, how have things been going from you there compared to when you started to where you are now? What's changed? What have you learned over that time?
I do think I need to take a step back, and regarding with all of the pieces that I've bought, because I've bought such a quantity, it's taken me a lot longer than I'd assumed to post it. And a lot of the stuff is kind of like basic stuff, which maybe won't sell on Instagram. Won't sell on Depop. But I've kind of just taken it as I've taken it like a life lesson. Like I know what I've done wrong. I know where I need to. I know what I need to do next. Like how I can pivot on the faults that I've done, and I'm not afraid to say that I've made that mistake, because it's a life lesson, really. Like it's how it is.
Yeah, that's so important. The fact that you can move on, because you want to be here for years, I assume, and so you need to be able to see your mistakes and move on from them.
Yeah, it's all about the experiences as well. Like, I never regret anything that I've done, because any bad decision that I've made, it's always been a lesson for like my future self. Like I know I can relate back to that experience and be like, hold on a minute, I'm not going to do that again now, because I've done it before and this is how it turned out. So if I do it differently, maybe it can work out differently and maybe better myself for it.
Where do you see your Depop store going?
It's something I want to keep doing, like progressively. Like I want to expand on what I do on there. I want to have Jamie's Junkyard merch. So like with my logo, I want to have that on a tee. I'd like to sell that. Posters, stickers. I'd love to sell all that kind of stuff as well. And I'd love to have the Jamie's Junkyard community. Like I know with Callum's Cupboard as well, he's another great example of someone on Depop. Like he's done like over 3,000 orders or something like that. This guy is crazy. Like props to Callum's Cupboard, man. I know I'm constantly speaking to him and getting advice from him, and we're always bouncing ideas back off each other. So it's always good to be speaking to other like-minded people, just to like get advice and learn from people in the same industry as you.
Yeah. So I can see there's a massive sense of community and connecting with other people. 100%. And I think the other main thing about you is your mentality. You same as Ethan, who I run the page with, both of you were just selling sweets from the youngest age. Obviously you have got that entrepreneur mindset. Yeah, and that this word that you keep saying, pivot. Just no matter what situation you're in, you just adapt it and you go in this new direction. Something happens and you're back over here. It's impressive. Where's that come from? Where's that mindset come from?
Shit, like I've been like in my mental health, like it's always been up and down, and like I've started like listening to motivational pages and watching videos and stuff, and I've kind of like slowly got into the mindset of if I want to do it, this is what I want to do. I've just got to do it, and now it is slowly starting to fall in place, and I love it. It's absolutely crazy.
So do you have a little routine that keeps you in check, or you have certain things that you know need to be done or not be done?
I like to just listen to things like if I'm ever feeling down or something, I'll put on like a certain playlist of motivational tunes, and I'll crack on with my work with doing that. And that kind of gives me the boost to like hear Elon Musk. Like I love hearing him and how he's dealt with the problems and challenges that he has because of like the whole space community of people who had been up to space. They hate the idea of commercializing space travel, and to see him in a video show so much passion for him wanting to get the population like up to other planets and stuff like that. Like it shows that in all industries there's so much people with their specific passion that if you do it and you thrive, you've got the support for people. Just do it, man. Literally, just do it. What is the worst thing that can happen? And I love that. He's crazy, man.
So the main thing for me is this guy has got an insane mentality. The head on this guy is absolutely crazy. The way that he either wins or he learns, the use of his word pivot, which you could just tell is ingrained in him. Anything that happens, you know that he's adapting and he's dealing with it. He's got so many ideas and he knows he's got so many ideas, and so he's not rushing to make them happen. He knows that he can make this stuff happen. It's just a matter of putting in the time and putting in the work. So if something has to be put on pause for now, that's what he's gonna do. But yeah, this continual improvement and just the mindset of either you win or you learn was the main thing that I took away from this guy. And also the way that he is actually putting together a life that he wants to live because of this reselling thing. He's putting together people, he's putting together his love for music with his love for clothes, and he's doing it in so many different ways. It is truly inspirational, and it is going to be insane to see where this guy is in a couple of years. All of his links are going to be in the description down below. I recommend you check out absolutely everything, and if you want to get in touch, just message him because he is such a nice guy and he is so open to helping the community. Now then, if you like this content, give it a like. If you didn't, give it a dislike and tell us why in the comments, whatever you felt about it. What was your best part? Let us know in the comments, man. We just want to improve. We want this podcast to get better every single time. And any other things that you want to see us do, provide, have, tell us, man, because we are going to make sure that it is put into action and it will be there waiting for you next time. Okay? Subscribe if you want to see more content and share it across the socials. Let people know about us. All right? Peace.